So if no one is going to talk about Kari Lake's race against Ruben Gallego or Sam Brown versus Jackie Rosen, then I will, because someone needs to be held accountable for this, and there are shady stuff going on, and it may have to do with the cartel. I'm more going to focus on Kari Lake's race in this video, and to forewarn everyone, we are getting into election denial territory for all the crazy liberals that can't handle that conversation. I'm going to be presenting the evidence, and you can make it how you will. I'm not saying one way or another. So about Kari Lake's Senate race, some news sources have called the race, but others still have not, 5 days after an election. 5 days to commit some form of fraud does seem plausible, does it not? I know it's pretty pathetic, we couldn't know the night of the election, but let's break down what's going on right now. So Ruben Gallego, the beta male that is against Kari Lake right now, a man I've never heard of, has raised $56 million in the span of a year, and his top contributors are University of Arizona, Arizona State University, and Google, but both of these universities receive state funding. Interesting. Guess who the governor is? A Democrat. According to Republican Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer, there are 90,000 voter registrations that were dropped off in trash bags in Maricopa County on the voter registration deadline, October 7th, the most in history. 40,000 that were fraud.
That does include 90,000 voter registration forms that were dropped off on the deadline, October 7th. That was the largest single day of voter registration forms in Maricopa County's history. We had people with entire trash bags full of voter registration forms in our lobby. Now, a lot of people have asked about the integrity of those voter registration forms. About 50,000 of those voter registration forms were voter registration forms that we simply wanted to process and could process and get those people prepared to be able to participate in this election. 40,000 approximately of those voter registration forms were, I think the charitable word would be to say they were needing attention. Those would be voter registration forms that were damaged, voter registration forms torn, voter registration forms written illegibly, voter registration forms that tried to register Mickey Mouse, Jerry Seinfeld, Donald Duck, among others.
Look at this margin, well below 90,000. This is the same guy that stated, I'm going to make life hell for Kari. The same guy stated he didn't create a PAC against Kari, but he ended up lying under oath.
Isn't it true that you ran a political action committee that was opposed and spent money opposing my client for Augusta?
That is 100% false.
100% false?
Correct.
Apparently, it just slipped his mind that he created pro-democracy GOP, a PAC that supports Republicans that condemn January 6th and accept election results. There's also evidence that Yuma County magically doubled their voter registration, which is unheard of. Kamala Harris is sitting at 1.38 million votes compared to Trump's 1.57 million. This is almost 80,000 votes less than Ruben Gallego. Yes, a Democrat senator has more votes than the Democrat presidential nominee. Give me a break. At the beginning of this year, Kari Lake released audio about the rhino swamp creatures wanting to bribe her way out of the race. And this is likely to do with the cartel's influence.
So what's going on? What is, I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people who want to keep you out.
Oh no, they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This is rap. Don't go. Do me a favor though. I don't get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
I wouldn't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They say the cartel's operating in 50 states right now. Like all 50. Read this. If you say no, don't. If you say I got offered to buy out, don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I said I don't know, it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want me to stay out for 2 years. What? I'll tell you what I can offer you.
This is one of those things when you start to know things that the general public, quote, shouldn't know and they can't control you, it makes you a target. And that's what's going on here with Kari. Moving on to Sam Brown's race. Sam Brown raised $2.5 million but spent $1.9 million. He had just 1 year to raise this money. Jackie Rosen had a span of 6 years to raise her money and totaled $45 million with $43 million spent. But she raised $37 million just this year alone, and Jackie won by 1.5%. According to Ted Cruz, Mitch McConnell's Senate Leadership Fund Super PAC had $400 million, and not a penny was given to Texas this year in order to punish him for not obeying him. The same thing goes to Nevada and Arizona. Mitch McConnell, why did we not give these two any of the money raised? What do you have against these two? Oh, it's because they weren't bought or paid for. This is politics, ladies and gentlemen. So if we break everything down for Kari and Sam, we have powerful Republicans, Democrats, and likely the cartel that didn't want these two to be elected because Arizona is a border state. Nevada is next to two border states, both California and Arizona, and Democrats are a powerhouse at raising money and essentially buy elections. If we had half of the money of the Democrats, maybe even a quarter, we'd have two additional America First Republican senators. This is unacceptable.